there, Disney fans. This is Wesatron. Today we're taking a look at Disney's Wreck-It Ralph Fix-It Felix Jr. action figure by Thinkways Toys. This figure is the deluxe version, I guess you can call it. They're larger figures that seem to mostly have action features, although the Ralph we did the other day obviously didn't. Scale is a bit wonky. It doesn't seem to match up at all. Yeah, it looks cool. It's got a lot more articulation than the regular like 4-inch or 2-inch release, whatever that scale is. I think it's like maybe 2 or 3 inch. But yeah, so this is Jack McBrayer's character, Fix-It Felix, and I got this for $13.99 at my local Target. You can see it shows you his little action feature, which appears to be you use the hammer. There's a switch on his back, and you put the it smashes the hammer down on the windowsill, and that should fix the the damage that Wreck-It Ralph has done. According to the video game that they came up with, Wreck-It Ralph like smashes the roof, and as the pieces fall down, it breaks windows and stuff like that. And then your job is to hop from platform to platform and hammer them back into fixation. That's not the correct word for that. That's the total wrong use of that word. But anyway, let's get this guy open and see what he's made of. Here's Fix-It Felix out of package, and he's got his little brick wall here, which is the side of the building. And I kind of think it would have been a really good idea if they had gone and on the inside here painted one of the little people. I don't know what they're called, little weeble wobble people who kind of move around and have that weird jerky 8-bit motion in the game, like the tenants of the building, I guess I should say. It would have been a neat little fun thing, because they kind of, as he jumps around in the game, they sort of scream for help and stuff, so that would have been a nice little fun thing to do. So, but you can see they actually sculpted all the bricks and everything, and the windowsill is, you know, fairly well sculpted. It's all very geometric, but it's well done at least. And the back's just got screws. And he's got his little action feature here, where he, you know, you push down this big lever on his back, and his hammer comes down. So basically what you do is you just turn these around to the right, and all three of them turn in unison. And you see the windowsill sort of locked when I did that. It's because it's kind of like a missile launcher. So you'll just pop his hammer up, and he goes over, and he, hopefully I can do this. It's tough. There we go. You see how that just kind of spun around like that? And that's with flat-footed. I mean, you can kind of, you know, move the hammer around and make it easier on yourself, but if you were just wanting to do it like that, it's pretty neat. It's a neat little feature. I like the way they designed it. You know, it's fun, and that's cool. And it's a good thing for him to kind of pose with, because the figure itself is not really that posable. He's not that interesting. I mean, like, visually, he looks great. He looks like the character. He seems like he's got the right proportions and everything. He's got that big, goofy smile and kind of dopey look in his eyes and everything. He's got his golden hammer. You know, it represents the figure, the character quite well. Let's see if we can get a close-up. He did a tampo of his name on his shirt, too. It's very cool. Big work gloves, you know, kind of workman's boots there. The pant legs are rolled up on a cuff. I mean, they did a good job, I think, with the paint on this one. More so than the larger Wreck-It Ralph standard figure, which I haven't reviewed, and I'm not sure if I will or not. But even on his hat, it's got the Fix-It Felix symbol. So paint-wise and everything, this guy looks pretty good. I think it would have been cool if they had had a removable hat. You can see where it's actually a separate piece there. So it would have been neat if you could remove that, because it appears to all be sculpted under there, or at least to a degree. I wonder if they're going to release other versions of him. But that would have been a great addition, because articulation-wise, this guy doesn't have a whole lot going for him. Swivel neck, huge bummer, because they could have easily given this guy a ball-jointed neck, and it wouldn't have cost any more money. I mean, that's what I don't understand, is he's got this simple swivel, and a swivel you actually have to enclose the body around it, whereas a ball joint, you just pop it into place. Now, I may be oversimplifying how easy it is to do that, I don't know, but it doesn't seem like it would be too much of a problem to add a ball joint there. Anyway, swivel hinge shoulders, so they go all the way around both sides. His is clicky on the right because of his action feature. He's got a hinge elbow. Unfortunately, that's it for the arms. No swivels in the shoulders, no swivel in the wrist on either side either. and no hinge on this elbow because of the action feature. I guess they didn't want the elbow to, like collapse when it's supposed to be hitting the window frame, so that's a bummer. Also a bummer, no swivel waist. That's a big bummer, because this is easily something they could have done right here. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't. Even the action feature, I don't think, should have impeded it, because the bar up here is set up pretty high, and they could have set it higher. So that's a bummer. We got swivel hinge hips, and like Wreck-It Ralph, he's a little hindered here on his pants. You can see that there. The basically just the cut of the joint is designed so that it curves over, which aesthetically is very pleasing, but it only keeps the leg going out that far. So that's not a huge deal because he wasn't like super actiony anyway, but it's just something to notice. His hips go out to the side like that, like DCUC, and he's got hinged knees on both sides. And again, unfortunately, that's all he's got. No swivels in the feet, which I think would have been great for just balancing, because you kind of limited to this sort of cockeyed stance he's got. His feet kind of shoot out to the sides like walleye. It's very strange. So I think that would have helped quite a bit. I mean, I'm not expecting a full-blown, ball-jointed foot, although that would have been cool, just simple ball joints there, But, yeah, so he's not very articulated. Only really enough to get the idea across that this is what he is for, to fix things. But he's still a cool figure. I mean, he size-wise, he does not match. Let me get him in here. Does not match Wreck-It Ralph at all. If I remember the cartoon right, he should be much smaller, and his head should be nowhere near as big as Wreck-It Ralph's. So, but it's not like horrible. I mean, they look good standing next to each other. You can see. I mean, they look like they could hang out. Pretty cool. But the thing that gets me the most is the $13.99 price tag. $14 for this figure is just way too much. This, it helps because he's got something that he can pose on. You can stand him on top of it if it balance. His feet aren't doing him any favors. But it looks cool and whatnot. It's neat, but $14 is just a bit much. I think you could easily sell this for closer to 11 or $12, and it would be a much better buy. The figure by himself, closer to $8, with the action feature, would still be, I think, a good deal. But $14 for the set is a bit much. But parents are going to buy it for their kids. That's just how the world works. But for adult collectors, it's really just your scale preference, because the smaller ones I think have decent articulation, not great, but his isn't great either. So if you wanted to go for a smaller scale Felix, go with that one. I just personally like the larger one. I'll probably take this to work and leave it on my desk, because it's the kind of goofy thing I would play with at work when I should be doing work or homework. So that's pretty much it for this guy. As I said, great sculpt, good paint. Articulation could use some work, and the price point is a little high. But other than that, he's a great figure. I recommend him to any adult collectors who are willing to spend a little bit more for the larger size figure. And for parents and kids, he's got a great action feature and he's fun. And even if you lose Fix-It Felix, this is always just a great thing to have around. You may not remember in a year or two what it's for, but it's still going to have this fun action feature. So that's cool. That's something that kids can play with, year round, even if they don't have their Fix-It Felix figure anymore. So that's it, guys. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this review. Everybody who's subscribed and commented, you've been great. I really, really appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments about this figure, hit me up. Again, it's by Thinkways Toys. Bought it at Target for $14. Let me know. Someone recently posted that Thinkways also does the Toy Story figures. Do you like those? Do you hate them? Are you not interested in Disney movies? Just let me know what you think. I'm really interested in the mind of the collector and the mind of parents, too. If you have any questions about this for your kid, hit me up. And that's it. Thanks, guys, a lot. Make sure you check out InfiniteHollywood.com for more awesome news, reviews, and discussions from Newton Gimmick. He's got some good stuff going on over there. And I would be willing to bet that maybe sometime in the near future you might see a Dr. Evil review over there. because he's pretty fantastic. And I haven't bought him myself, but I am probably going to get the scale back version from Toys R Us. So keep an eye on InfiniteHollywood.com. And that's it. I like you guys. You're the best. Thanks.